Today, we live in a digital economy where people are building lucrative businesses, enjoying unparalleled freedom, and making more money than ever before. A lot of money. And I've been in this industry for now nearly 20 years. And after helping my clients generate over $150 million, in today's video, I'm going to share with you some of the biggest concepts, some of the most lucrative strategies that I've discovered along the way so that you too can join and build your own lucrative business. But before we start, I ask you if you can kindly subscribe and like our video. We're a new YouTube channel and it would really mean a lot to us. So let's dive into how you can solve problems, build a powerful personal brand, and create a business that thrives in this new digital economy. Now look, at its core, business is nothing more than solving problems. Whether you're helping someone lose weight, repair their car, or grow their business, you're solving problems for your audience. The more valuable the problems you solve, the more your business grows and the more money that you end up making. Now, when it comes to building a lucrative business, you need to have three things. You need to have a market that has a problem, you need to have a solution, and you need to have a way of communicating your solution to this market. And the most important of all, however, is the market. If you have, it doesn't matter what product or service that you provide. If there's no market, if there's no need for it, it is not going to work. The best way I can explain this to you is a mentor of mine asked a bunch of his students, if I gave you a hot dog stand and you can have one advantage, which advantage would you choose? So one student said, I'd like to have the cheapest price in the marketplace. Another one said, I'd like to have the best buns. Someone else jumped in and said, I'd love to have that most amazing sauce to make this the best hot dog in town. And it went on and on and on. And he finally intervened and he said, none of those advantages are sustainable. If you have the best price, someone else can come in tomorrow, have a lower price. If you have the best sauce, in a few months or a few weeks or a few years, someone else can copy it, model it, and also have that in their own hot dog. He's like, the one advantage that you can always have no matter what, and it won't matter, this is going to help you succeed, it is to have a hungry crowd. Think about that. If you have a hungry crowd, they do not care how good your sauce is, they don't care if your product is cheap, they want it and they want it now. And that's why market is everything. And the biggest mistake I see people make is that they get too attached to their products without actually knowing if anyone actually wants it or needs it. And the right way to build a business is to first figure out a hungry market and then you craft a solution for it. So you don't want a market that's just interested. You want a market that's obsessed. You want a market that wants your product and they want it right away. Now you might be asking, how can I find a good market? Well, look, there are two types of markets. There is the mass market, and this is where you find like iPhones and cars. In these markets, it doesn't matter if it's a woman or a man, if it's an old or young person, these products fit everybody. And they're very expensive to make these markets work. To penetrate them is gonna cost a lot of money, it requires a lot of time, you need to win a lot of attention to be sustainable in this market. On the other hand, there is a niche market. And these are groups of people who are all have something in common. It can be maybe women who are all getting married and they're looking to get fit for their most important day. This can be people who are trying to get fit for a marathon. This can be professionals. Maybe there are dentists who need help with a specific problem in their business, or accountants. So the good thing about these markets is that if there's one person in this market that has a problem, there's a likelihood, there's a high chance that there's somebody else in this market that has that similar problem. And the more niche and focused and targeted you can get with your market, the more your problem and solution will be aligned and the more your business will succeed. So you need to understand your audience and their unit. So you need to understand the market's problems, you need to understand their fears, you need to understand their desires better than themselves. To find out your market's problems, you first need to ask yourself these questions. Ask yourself, what are the problems that keeps them awake at night? What are their daily frustrations? What is the secrets that they desperately desire? And these insights will allow you to create products, that will allow you to create courses, that will allow you to create programs that will help you build a lucrative business because it's centered around a problem that the market already wants. So now let's just say that you have found a niche and now you want to know how you could actually reach them. The fastest way to do it is find somebody who already has a relationship with them. And what you can do is reach out to this person. Maybe they already have a database, maybe they've already built an audience over the years, and you partner with them. You've seen a lot of these channels on social media that they've built over years. It can be a channel about AI, it can be a channel about business, it can be a channel about weight loss or parenting. They already have their audience, and you can basically just pay them or build some sort of a joint venture relationship with them, and you get your offer in front of their market and their audience, and this is the fastest way to get them to you. Now, the cheapest way is organic. This is where you create content, whether you do it on YouTube or Instagram, but you constantly create valuable content and then wait for your audience to notice, build an awareness, and finally have them come to you because now you've already established yourself as somebody who has the solution that they're looking for. Now, this works, but this might take some time, so you definitely need to be very, very patient. Now, the fastest method to connect with any market is through paid traffic. This is where you actually go to any of the paid platforms, whether it's Meta or Google Ads or YouTube, and you pay to play. You figure out how to get access, you bid on traffic, and this traffic comes to you. But now listen, it's easier said than done. Because if you don't know what you're doing, it's also the fastest way to lose money. So you want to make sure that you understand how the paid traffic works. And what I would recommend is to start with organic feed, figure out what your audience is looking for, figure out what your audience like and what they respond to organically, and then you can put more money behind those posts, behind those videos, so that you can attract more people to it because it's already proven that other people in that market are engaged with it and they like it and they resonated with them. So the likelihood of your paid ads also working, it has much greater chance. So basically choose a method that fits your resources and your goals. And the important thing, however, is just to get in front of your audience with a clear message that shows how you can solve their problems. But here's another important thing you need to know. Whenever you provide a product or service to a market, even if they want your product and even if it's the solution they're looking for, they're gonna ask themselves, why should I do business with you versus all the other options I have in my marketplace? So in other words, who you are sometimes is more important than what you do. And in this new digital economy, personal branding plays a critical role. People want to know and trust the person behind the business. So in this crowded market, your personal brand is what makes you stand out. It's your reputation, your unique approach, and the story that you tell to your marketplace. And if people don't just buy your products because they're buying from the individuals and from the people that they trust, that they connect with, and they feel comfortable doing business. So whatever market you choose to, start positioning yourself as an expert in that niche. And you do this through building a lucrative personal brand that resonates with your audience on a personal level. Another thing to keep in mind if you want to thrive in this digital economy is to know that you're not selling information, you're not selling products, you're not selling services. You're selling a transformation. Here's the truth. People don't buy things just because they want things. They want to transform. They want to get from a point, as I mentioned earlier, of pain and frustration to a better desired state. And your job is to provide a roadmap that gets them there. So how do you do it? So there are two ways. One is to do some research. So I had a friend who was working at a restaurant, was frustrated, did not like being a waiter anymore. So he decided to start his own business, but he didn't know what to do. So he realized that dentists had a problem when it came to running their business. So they went to school, they went to learn 15 years about gum and teeth, but they had no idea on how to run business. So he learned how to build businesses, and then he went to dentists. And remember I said earlier, it's very important to have a niche market. So he went to the dental market and he started helping them run their practices better. He showed them how to hire. He showed them how to get better patients. He showed them how to get those patients to accept the treatments that were being offered to them. And little by little, he started to get more dental clients. And then eventually he built a lucrative business doing this. So this is an example that anybody can figure out a problem in any market and then go and do the research and study and learn what they have to do and build the skills that they must acquire first to go help these people and do it. Now, you don't have to know 1,000% more than somebody for you to be an expert, okay? You just need to know 10 to 20% more. If you learn how to build a social media strategy, for example, and maybe you took a course online or you read a few books on it, and you might not know everything about this subject, but you know enough than someone who has a business, whether they're a dentist or a lawyer or someone who owns a restaurant and they're not active on social media and they don't know the first thing about social media, for you to go to them and to at least get them going, that is something they're happily are willing to pay for. Now, the second way is to actually look at the problems that you have gone through yourself and then understand that there might be other people who are going through that same problem today. Maybe you have transformed your body and you're in a very good place. Maybe you are a parent and you struggled raising your kids, but you found a solution eventually, and there are new parents today who will gain massive value from the things that you've learned in your journey. So pick either of these paths and provide value, whether it's through books or courses or memberships or coaching. You're just not giving them content, you're showing them how they can transform, and this is what your audience are happily going to pay you for. So don't forget, you're selling transformation. Your audience should feel that they are moving closer towards their objectives by doing business with you. So to recap, in this new digital economy, business is simple. Solve problems. The more valuable the problems, the more successful you'll be. But here's the twist. It's not just about solving problems. It's about who you are while solving these problems. Your personal brand is your ultimate advantage. If you can build a reputation as someone who provides solutions, you'll not only make more money, you'll build lasting freedom. And the question is, are you ready to step into that role?